on our way to go pick up all of the stuff we left at the funeral home yesterday. How are you doing, Tiff?
Doing pretty good. I think the emotions of everything in the last week, we both probably slept more than we slept in a month. So.
Well, I fell asleep on the couch.
Bad. I couldn't get him off of the couch because he was so exhausted. So me and the dogs went up.
I didn't sleep the night before.
You were going on 1 hour of sleep for 2 days. So.
Yeah. So.
Kind of made up for it in one whole.
It's pretty exhausting. Pretty exhausting couple of days. That was cute. The car behind us has a front license plate that says Nana.
I thought it said Mama.
No, it says Nana. That's cool. So tomorrow we're doing a cool thing. Thanks to some good friends of ours, Abdul and others. We are going to go see Zack Snyder's Justice League
in the theater.
In a freaking theater, folks. I'm looking forward to that for sure. It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow, it's going to be an experience.
It is.
And I think it's going to be emotional just with everything that this last year has dealt with and everything. You know, to get to see that movie on the theater, a movie that doesn't exist, right, everyone? To actually be able to go to a theater and watch all 4 hours of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow. Now the question is, can we get through all of it without going for a pee break?
Oh, I know. Because at home you could pause it. You can't do that in the theater. Unless they end up doing like parts 1 and 2. Say, hey, take a 10-minute break, come back, and we'll start, you know, who knows.
Exactly. Now, You Do Sucks is follow-up by watching Showgirls in IMAX.
Okay.
Like, Showgirls is kind of Basic Instinct kind of skanky cousin.
Why would you want to see that in IMAX? My question.
I mean, it is Jesse.
Do you feel like Jim Carrey in A Liar Liar? I've had better.
I have had better. That's funny. That's hilarious. It's even better that she said it. I've got like this hangnail thing bothering me. Sorry.
It's like one of the dogs chewing on their feet.
I know. I'm just, you know how it is. It just bothers you. You know, you never quite get into it. And you don't have a pair of clippers to just take care of it properly, and so you just end up, can't get to it. Zach said there's a 10-minute intermission between parts 4 and 5. Yeah, but like, we don't know that that's how they're showing it, because this is put on by fans for fans. So I'm sure they'll have like an intermission at some point. So
either that or we have to wear "Oops, I Crap My Pants."
Yep, we'll have to wear some. Depends. What's up, You Do Suck? What's up, Cherie? Good to see you, Cherie. Hey, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. Hey, guys. Hey, Chubby Teddy. I just thought of something. So Chubby Teddy got the Patty Jenkins pop that we gave away, and Grandma signed that.
Last thing that she did.
That's right. She did that for the channel because and it took me forever to get it to him.
And she didn't sign it on the plastic either.
Nope.
Grandma.
Yeah, and so you have something, Chubby Teddy, that is a one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
That no one else can get.
Yeah. So signed by Grandma herself. Let's see. She says Enash Tiff. What's up, Blueberry Comics? Got a stop sign, by the way, or a traffic light. What's up, Andre Casali? What's up, John Collins? Says I tried to watch the funeral and there wasn't any volume. I have to check that out because I know other people watched it and they said it was fine. So it might have just been maybe a glitch. I don't know. I haven't gone back and watched it yet. So I hope that that's not a problem. But I will be going back and obviously watching it, hopefully downloading it so that we have. Where am I going again? That's right. Thank you. I just had grocery store in my mind, and I was like, wait a second, where are we going exactly? No, so yeah, today's it's been been an interesting week, but
A numb week.
yeah, just kind of numb, just kind of sitting around. But you know what? It's okay. We're remaining positive. Yeah, brain fart, right? I know you just suck. I know I'm getting old, man. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Cherie, you're so wonderful. Thinking about a lot about family members. Thinking a lot about family members who passed away.
Well, I've actually had some family members and friends and people from your grandma's congregation that have actually reached out to me and spoke with me and just said how much they miss them. And I said, we know how you feel. It's like, a piece of you missing. It hurts. It physically makes your heart hurt. You can't stop that. But you've also got to take solace too in knowing that she is in the place that she has been telling people about her entire life, and she is reaping the rewards of everything that she's done in this place.
True. What's up, Austin? I'm Caden. So I got to tell you guys a story. So this is funny. We were on our way to the cemetery, and we're in the limousine for the family members, and I'm sitting in the front seat with the guy who's driving, and he starts talking. On the way back, we start talking about collecting, because I literally, on the way back, I'm checking email. I got some in my pocket.
Sorry, guy.
Here. The question is, yeah. So I have one Hall's vitamin C drop, and I have one Werther's Original, and I have a guitar pick.
I can't see this guitar pick.
All right, there you go. And what she doesn't know, though. Dang it, she did get my last Werther's Original. I have one more vitamin C drop. Okay. But on the way back, we're talking, and I literally had somebody send me an email wanting to be a sponsor. Somebody that we did a video for. Some of you guys have seen the microphone video that or microphone promo video that I did before. So they reached out to me about another product because they really enjoyed the video that we did. So I'm looking at that and I'm telling her that, and the guy starts asking me about it. It's like, where did we start talking about the channel? I'm gonna find out he collects comic books.
Like old comic books.
Old comic books. And he starts asking me about what I collect and how I got into collecting and stuff. And so we're literally having this conversation, and he's a little older than me, right? But we start talking, and I tell him about how I chose, about how I sold my G.I. Joe collection years ago, and
he wins.
And he goes, man, the snake eyes alone. And I'm like, see, you get it.
He enjoyed the talk so much that because this was the kind of thing where, he was so professional, so nice. He made sure to open doors for us. Don't open the door. I'll take care of it for you. Yeah. But as he was opening the doors when we got back to the funeral home, he said it has truly been an honor to just sit here and talk to you guys and the whole ride there and back.
Super nice guy. So
and his limo smelled like cotton candy. Yep.
And he said he was going to check out the channel. So I hope that Peter does that. Yep, I know, right, Cherie? What are the chances of me finding another nerd? I always say it, grassroots. We build it one subscriber at a time.
Even from someone who works at a funeral home.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. So tomorrow,
nice. They all loved Rocky.
They all love Rocky. So tomorrow we're going to see Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then today we watched. We accidentally watched the first episode of season 1 of Tiger King again, but we got.
Hey, this stuff doesn't look like it looks familiar. What? And so
are they trying to catch us up?
So we paused it to take the dogs to the bathroom, and I was like, it says season 1, episode 1. I thought this is season 2.
I just went off
episode 1.
Listen. When you click into Netflix, it was the first thing that popped up, and I figured, well, it's got to be season 2, right?
It said new episodes.
It said new episodes, season 1, or it said new episodes, episode 1.
But we had a new setup of Netflix, so it's going to go to the first season because
that's true.
This Netflix doesn't know we already watched.
That's true. That's true. So
this is not the Netflix we had in 2020.
That's true. But it was funny. So we watched that first episode and most of it, and then we watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 so far. There's only 5 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, there's only 5 episodes.
Well, you figure he's in jail, so there's only so much you can show.
Yeah, I found it funny that episode 2 centers greatly around Trump and how they wanted to get the presidential pardon, and then a lot on Carol Baskin's husband.
First.
Yeah, who came up missing. Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen.
But they had like this theory that he might be, changing his name and living in Costa Rica. And then I'm sitting here thinking, why would you not tell your kids?
Money.
Usually how you catch.
Well, money and not wanting to be found.
It's
money.
Been 23 years and he hasn't reached out.
Money. Well, you know what? He may have died by now. I mean, he was pretty old when all that happened. But I'll be honest. Like, I swear to God, the Tiger King thing is like, it's just like you can't turn away from it. It's like a train wreck on top of a train wreck that an airplane crashed into and then caused a 5-car pileup to like load into that train wreck, and then a funeral, procession, like crossed the line because they weren't going to stop because they thought they had the right of way and crashed right into that.
With tigers.
With tigers. And an ocelot, just to throw in there because you can't get them. My grandmother has an ocelot jacket from back in the day when you could get them. You can't even get that anymore. It's an endangered species. She literally, I don't even know what we would do to sell that coat at this time because we would have to prove.
You have to fight PETA.
We'd have to fight PETA. Like, don't let PETA know. Grandma has a beautiful mink coat.
Right now.
I will actually. I'm going to put a stream together where I kind of go over the history of my grandmother.
Show them Sexy Grandma Betty?
I will show you Sexy Grandma.
We found her.
And don't knock that until you've seen
seriously.
Sexy Grandma, because
Grandma was hot.
Listen.
She was always hot, but we've got pictures of her portfolio when she was
on Vegas.
getting ready to sign for
play Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things. Like my mom was like, she even sent back. Dang.
I'm just telling you. Yeah, I had a friend just the other day see the portfolio and was just like, "That's
you were not joking.
Your grandma?" And I said, "Yep."
Told you.
Yes, it is. So we are not veterans.
No, we are not.
And that is veteran parking. So I will not be parking there. Yeah.
We got it parked weird.
I'm looking.
Set up weird here.
But yeah, man, just so many memories and stuff like that. But yeah, grandma was something else. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
The boards of pictures, and that was almost not enough. And each poster board looked like 6 different lifetimes because of how you'll see in the videos that Enosh makes. But
yeah.
She had different hair colors, different styles for the generations, and I mean, just anything and everything.
I mean, should I park there or should I just go around?
I'd go around.
Yeah. She had, she was.
I still think you should write your book.
She was born in 1941, and so she's got all these old-timey pictures that start out that, look like, when they were first starting taking pictures, right? And then she's born in Mississippi, and Boonville, Mississippi. And but then, through the 50s, she is like stereotypical 1950s. I should make a documentary. That would be, that'd be even better. I think, even because that would go through my video.
You could still call it.
Tell the story.
You
wouldn't believe it if I told you. Yeah, that's a good idea, you suck. But like all of her 50s.
If you did right, you could add author to your repertoire.
My repertoire. The funny thing is like the 50s look that she has. She looks like the stereotypical 1950s guys. And then the 60s. In the 60s, she looks stereotypical 1960s.
She has ones where she's got like the beehive haircut or look. She's blonde. She's got black hair. She's got red. She's got everything under the sun.
And in the 70s, it's all glam. Mm-hmm. Everything is glam because that's when
bottoms, jumpsuits.
Because that's when Grandma was like out in Vegas and doing her thing the most was in the early to mid 70s, and so just ask Campy how to start, but he might watermark it. That's true. But no, it's funny because she was just she had this look, man, all throughout the years. So, John, Dearborn is quite a ways away, actually. Dearborn, what'd you say, like an hour and a half? There's no real clear way to get to Dearborn.
There's not.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, and then if you add in any construction or any anything, it's gonna be a little rough.
Sure.
Hour and 15.
Yeah.
Hour and a half if there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Cherie says, I'm excited for Sexy Grandma. Got to see this. This is going to be a Grandma Fee appreciation stream. That's right. That's right. She says, oh yeah, we have an idol made of ivory. It's more than a century old family heirloom. My family
father-in-law.
Father-in-law. Sorry.
FIL and MIL.
There you go. Father-in-law gave it to us to bring to the U.S. I was so worried about customs. It's safe in my God's room. That's nice.
Aww.
That's nice. That's nice. Do a jib jab hot dog stream. Yo guys, drive safe. Thank you, Darkside. What's up? Is Johnny Pop here? Or are you just saying Johnny Pop? Johnny Pop. I think he's just saying Johnny Pop. Okay, now I have to watch the entire season again. I would have. I'm weird like that. Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, I can't have the red line only part of the way on one episode. Right? I know. Me too. Yep. I found another nerd, Blake. Sheree says you have the power, plus you have Tiff. That's true. She's the real power, for sure. Judy Suck says I chose the lint. I choose the lint in my pocket. My sister Jamie is now a YouTube star. Yeah, she's gonna have to do her own little YouTube thing. I should convince her to do that because I tell you what, she's got the personality for it too.
She does.
She's definitely got the personality for it. She could definitely, I think, charm a bunch of people.
Maybe you can do once a week, once a month, whatever brother sister stream.
It'd be nice.
It'd be fun.
Nice. Get her a little camera and stuff and do that for sure. Yeah, Cherie, yeah, once I get stuff and everything together and we get calmed down a little bit, then I'll start putting all it together and we'll definitely do an appreciation stream for Grandma and let you guys know about it and show old video of Grandma and fun stuff for sure. All right, and then stuff that'll just make me cry because I made this video for.
You can technically put that on the stream to show people, but I don't think there was a dry eye in the room after that.
Oh my gosh. I made this video, and that's why I didn't sleep the other night, because I made this video, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll just make this video real quick and put some old 8mm movies of me and my mom and my grandma and stuff, and I lost it. I just lost it. She goes, yes, this is why Tiff is your power, Enosh. Once a month brother and sister stream is a fab idea. Yeah, we see if we can get Jamie. Jamie had a really good time.
And she needed that. That was her kind of way to get away. Plus, her boyfriend is a fan of the channel. So
yes, he is.
Maybe he could even jump on with her at one point. And
yeah, he's a big nerd.
Yeah.
She says he's a big nerd. So, and that he watches Poindexter Lounge. So, I like him already.
Mhm. And then when we go down when we're sick of the weather here and we want to go visit your sister on one of those beaches, then we could meet him and maybe do a stream, like a live stream down there.
Down in the Florida Keys.
Mhm.
Poindexter Paradise. Poindexter in Paradise. I like it. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go in here and get my grandma's stuff. What's up, Amparo? Good to see you. Hey, Amparo's down in Florida now.
Nice.
Mhm. I don't know what part, but I know. I think did she say she was in the Miami area? Maybe? I can't remember. It's been a while since we had that conversation. I just remember she's in Florida. So, but yeah, guys. So we're going to go in, get my grandma's stuff. And
we're gonna go get grocery shopping, so send us your list if there's things that we don't forget.
Yes, don't let us forget. It's got to be short because I still don't have a job yet. We're gonna be living off of beans and mac and cheese here in a minute. Pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
We can do the thing that you probably can't only have one now, but garlic bread and tuna.
Oh, my grandma used to make garlic bread and tuna fish, which doesn't sound like it would be good, maybe.
But it is flippin' amazing.
But let me tell you something. Garlic bread and tuna fish.
Mac and cheese stream.
Mac and cheese stream, right, yeah. Garlic bread and tuna fish is amazing.
But you got to get the Texas toast garlic bread.
So you do it a couple ways. In her latter years, Grandma would get the Texas toast ones that were just these little, like pieces of garlic bread and stuff pre-cut. Back in the day, that ain't how we did it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you got a loaf. Okay, you got a loaf of garlic bread, cut down the middle and buttered, garlic bread on both sides. You open that sucker up, put that sucker in the oven, toasted that sucker in the oven, and then you put your tuna fish on the top of that, and you had like this great big piece.
And when we say tuna fish, it's like just literally drain it, add your mayo, salt, pepper, garlic powder.
Do whatever, how you ever like
put it on
tuna
top
fish.
of that garlic toast, and
you're ready to go. You got a whole meal. Cherie, you can feed all the kids. I swear. It's
super cheap.
And that, listen, my grandma, there were times where we didn't have a lot. And my grandma fed us, man, on a lot of love. I'll tell you that. But yeah, tuna fish and garlic bread for dinner. It was our favorite.
Hot dogs, macaroni, pot pie, like the cheap things. And
pot pies.
I hated that much growing up myself. And then when I had kids and was a single mom, I cried to my parents. I'm like, I understand now why you gave that to us. I'm so sorry for hating it.
And chicken and rice.
That too.
Chicken and rice. Yeah, I know. Sure, you only got 2 kids, but like seriously, like it's a meal. It's wonderful for everyone.
3 boys that eat like football players,
That's
and
true.
They get full on a couple.
That's true.
Like you give them 2 or 3, and
even when I was 400 pounds, I'd eat like 4 or 5 of those, and that'd be good.
Because
it's just little. If you do the little piece of garlic, but like back in the day, get a whole like half a loaf.
If you're loafing it, then
yeah, you get half a loaf, more. Like for a guy, and you're just like crunch. It gets all over the place. It's awesome. Sheree says,
that's not Sheree.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that's Dark Side. Oh, that's Dark. Oh, I saw Sheree's right above it. Enosh, my grandma. I'm hungry.
Enosh, my grandma. I'm hungry. Enosh's grandma.
Here, have this love. And we were sustained. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by all the love that proceedeth from grandma. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We all love garlic bread in this house. See?
If you don't, I think that there's like a problem.
Yeah. I mean, garlic bread. I
would question someone who doesn't.
Everybody who ever says to me,
unless you have an allergy, I would question it.
Mayo, tomatoes, and bread for my family growing up. Yeah. Interesting thing. What was I going to say?
Cheap beef stew that you could get, you put that on like a piece of bread with butter and stuff.
Grandma made a lot of chicken and rice back in the day too. And I loved that.
You can get a ton of rice for cheap, and then just spice that up. Okay, I'm hungry now. We need to go.
I know. What the heck? Now we're going to go grocery shopping, and you never go grocery shopping when you're hungry.
Then we need to get something to eat and then go.
Maybe. There we go. So, love you guys. Thank you for being our nerd family. I know that the last, couple of weeks have been a little different than our standard programming.
In there, though.
Thank you guys thank you guys for sticking it out with us, and I promise we'll get back to more nerd talk and fun stuff, and we'll still have our times, but it's been very, very special for you guys to be here for us this time. Thank you, Drunk 3PO. I appreciate that, man. For sure, I do. Yeah, and even that, even like Drunk 3PO coming over here and doing that, like that all means something, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. So thank you so much, and like I said, thank you to all of our nerd family who've been just very, very supportive of us during this time, and
even my work showed up, which I thought was just phenomenal and shows me how much they care.
Yeah. I mean, I saw people this weekend that I haven't seen.
Decades.
Yeah, some in decades, literally. So that was just really nice, and so very, very thankful for that. And like I said, and very grateful that some people who were not so supportive back in the day that they didn't show up.
That's just as much a blessing.
That's just as much of a blessing. Yes.
That's a nice way to put it.
That's why I have her here, ladies and gentlemen, is she can put it nicely what I would. So, but you guys are great, and so we're very, very thankful for you guys. All right. Until later, I think I'll probably stream later, and if I can get some people together. There's a bunch of topics came up today.
A bunch of topics, and you've got a bunch of sleep because yesterday, by going on 1 hour sleep, preaching, going to the cemetery, coming back home, he had high hopes. He wanted to watch Chucky and stuff with our son, but it's one of those things that we were not. We knew he wasn't going to make it, but he passed out a lot quicker than we anticipated. But it was like I even texted 2 of my friends, and I'm like, my head aches and my eyeballs hurt. And they're like, oh, I bet it's been a long day. You need to sleep. And so I think I fell asleep at about 11 or 12 when I couldn't get you to come upstairs. So I let you sleep because I knew that you needed it regardless of where it was. And then I think I finally got out of bed this morning at like 10 something. So I was like, I mean, I didn't sleep like the whole way through. Like, it like turn over, go back to sleep, you know.
There you go, Anchorman.
But I have not slept that long in months.
I had a weird dream that I was singing at a friend's wedding, and the guy's already married, and I've only known him for like a month. I don't know what that means.
Better than mine.
Yep. So there you go. All right. Just a word to any big boobed, red haired girls out there. I'm taken. No matter what Tiffany's dreams apparently say.
I randomly had a dream that some big boobed, red haired chick stole him from me. He left me. No.
Next week on the Poindexter Lounge, we'll have to get you a red wig.
It's just one of those things when you're so tired and exhausted, and then it's like every time you wake up from your dream, you go back and it continues, and you're like, come on. Sheree thought that was funny. It's just a dream. It's not real.
Yep.
He likes me no matter what color my hair is, but he likes blonde. That's why I say blonde.
Sheree says, okay, I want a name. I couldn't tell you. Cynthia Sam says, I'm a boob man, too. It's a hard life. It is. It's rough, man. It's rough out here.
Wendy's.
There's a Wendy's across the street.
Well, you do like the chili, so.
I do like the chili. And a Baconator.
I can't have chili and fries before we go.
I can't have a Baconator anymore, though.
You can. You just it takes like 5 meals.
It'll take 5 days to eat it. So I gotta tell you guys a story real quick before we leave. So you all know I'm a minister. I think the funniest, because it just came up yesterday when we were talking. So I've done weddings in a lot of different places, guys. I've performed weddings on people's back porches. Obviously in churches. I've performed weddings. The coolest one I ever performed was literally at a castle where this guy, it was this guy's house. He's very wealthy, not too far from here, and he has this huge property. It was like a quarter mile that you had to drive this little dirt road back to his castle.
Did you say she was like in a horse?
It was crazy. Like, I don't know how the people found him. They weren't related or anything, but they found this guy and they rented his house. I mean, his dining room has this huge like wood table and a coat of arms and a
I saw that when I was at the Biltmore a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, like it was in a throne at the end. I mean, it was just crazy, right? But there's like this huge. Oops,
shoot, how do I?
You're good.
I was trying to read the.
Yeah, you just go up and down like that. It had this huge black iron gate at the front. It had a moat with like a little island that goes out to it and stuff. The girl. They had like minstrels and stuff like that, you know, who were playing and everything as the bridal party came down.
Oh, as you're talking about a different wedding you did.
No, I was telling about that one too, though. That's the one I'm telling about. So I mean, and the horse-drawn carriage.
I didn't know where to look for that.
Horse-drawn carriage came around, and the gates opened, and like here she is in like this Cinderella type of moment. I mean, so I've done some cool weddings in my life. This one, though. The most simplest, yet the most ridiculous.
I wasn't there for the wedding. I was there for the rehearsal, and I didn't know where to look.
So a friend of mine asked
me... And joked when we got married, should I do the same thing?
So a friend of mine contacted me because her friend needed someone to do their wedding, you know? And I mean, I get a lot of that because, look, there's a lot of people who aren't religious or they just don't have anybody, and they want to have a nice wedding, but they don't have a pastor, they don't have a priest or something like that. And, hey, I'm down for that. So they contacted me, and so they're getting married in their backyard beside their pool. Very nice little intimate service. Great. I go, and I'm standing there, and we're going through the process. It was a sunny day. And this girl comes out, and she's got this low-cut top that, I mean, goes to her stomach. Okay, I mean, Deep V, all the way to her stomach. And right between her boobs.
Right here.
Right smack dab in the middle.
Right where the cleavage like meets the boobies.
Right there is this diamond piercing.
Like, you know, the ones that you can put like under the skin. That's what it was.
Yeah, and so she's got it like right there. Yeah, so Sheree says low cut. Yeah, I mean it was low. And the problem is like you're sitting there, right, and like you see it.
You know what you're doing,
right? Like you see it, you know it's there, but you're trying not to look at it. You know what I mean?
But
it's not.
You see it in your periphery.
Yeah, I mean at this point it's not even the boobs, right?
No.
I mean the boobs are one thing, but it's not even.
It's, ooh, shiny.
Yeah, it's not the boobs. It's the fact that we're outside in the sun, and every time she turns, this thing is just like just blaring you in the face, and like I don't think I've ever had a harder time to just like tell myself, don't look at her cleavage, 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 because like I said, it wasn't even about the boobs at that point. It was literally just the glare. Because your mind automatically, if you see something, you know, like...
Well, if you're talking to somebody and it's right here, you're looking at them, and in your peripheral vision,
that's what I'm saying.
you don't want to look down straight at it.
So
it's like Austin Powers when he's like, mole.
Piercing. Yeah, it's like, you know, and I have to look the girl right in the eyes, right? Christ said, let's make the hardest test. It was just funny, like, because, you know, I have to get her to you know, respond, and, you know, do you, and it's just funny because every time I have to look at her in the eyes, it's like, there it is, just kind of like, just glaring at me, and yeah, it was just all I could do, because you don't want to be the minister,
and I'm a girl, dude.
You don't want to be the minister who's looking at a girl's cleavage,
but you're also
but at the same time, like I said,
them, and she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows. Sheree says, our Lord in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Don't look on earth as it is in heaven.
Pretty much. There's a couple times she was looking away and I looked down because I'm just like, why?
Behold, there was a bright light.
All right, on that note, let's go.
On that note, there's your crazy minister story for the day.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this stuff. Love you guys. Take it easy. Stay nerdy. And we will see you all.